Welcome Junior Takis, my name is Mrs. Ramla. This video is on the section Human Impact on the Environment, and this section I will be dealing with exam questions. Before you do the exam questions, please watch the theory video, print the memo, and have the worksheet with you at hand.
First one is on my page, and it says 57. My page, it talks about, it's from the NCS Grade 12 Exemplar, the Human Science Research Council, HSRC. Page 62. Page 62. Now each one of you here, you've asked me many questions, now it's my turn, and I'm going to ask you questions now. I need you to look at the mark allocation before you start rumbling out and giving me answers. Remember now, this is matric. These are matric questions. So even if they're asking for two marks, you must have 2 sentences. If you give us 4 sentences, nobody is reading more than that. So the first thing you do is you read a question, you look at the marks. Then you think about the answer and how you're going to reduce your answer into the number of points that is needed, or sentences. This question I've chosen because I've seen this question in almost many different ways in prelims. This is also a big problem in our country, food security. Most people do not have access to food. Some have only 1 meal a day, some do not have food at all. So there are many people in our country that are living in poverty. So examiners are going to test you on things that affect our country. Because like I said, whether you believe it or not, you are the future of the country and you must solve many of these problems. Okay. So the Human Science Research Council conducted a survey on food security across the provinces. The results shows that the overall percentage of food secure households in South Africa is 45.6% as to 48,000 in 2008. Right. That's shocking. They have all the different food insecure households. Read carefully. Sometimes you might see, you think you're looking at secure, when in the meantime it's food insecure. That's why you need to have your highlighter ready. They give you all the readings in percentage. And then they ask you what is meant by food security. And I told you, it's having access to enough food all the time to ensure a safe, nutritious, productive life. I told you this. Right? All the time, enough food. Okay. Use the data in the table to draw a bar graph for the 4 provinces. And you think, bar graph, so easy. But can you figure out where the trick is? Most of you don't read properly. You will draw all the provinces. What did they ask you? 4 provinces with the highest percentage. So sometimes you must not think you do what you think you saw. You must actually highlight the important words. And can you see in those days, 2014, 7 marks for a bar graph. Quite amazing. Right, you could do with those 7 marks. And now it's time. 3.3333. State how the use of fertilizers by farmers increase food security for a country. How many marks is this? 1 mark. How many sentences? 1. So you must take all that knowledge that you have and put it in one statement that's going to guarantee you a mark. You're going to answer it. That's why your hands was up first. I'm just giving everybody 2 minutes. So as soon as 2 minutes are over, you must answer. Spoon feeding is over. You have to get a taste of grade 12. 1 mark, 1 sentence. Still thinking. Remember, 1 mark questions, we must not take long. Must know your work. 4-mark questions. Yes, you take long. You learned about fertilizer yesterday. You want to answer the question for me? They. Who's they? So, carry on. Because you add more nutrients to the plants, more food. Right. So you just gave me a part. So you have to tell me what's going to cause the greater yield. Fertilizer has nutrients that makes the plants grow. More crop, more food. And you can actually answer it like that. Comma, comma, more food security, more nutrients, more crop growth. If you don't use the word more crop growth, you can say greater yield. But tell me why the fertilizers are actually going to cause the crops to grow more. Because the fertilizer adds nutrients that the plants need to grow. And they're asking you for the exact same question now, but how fertilizer decreases food security for a country. One minute, we must give you. Right. Everybody's still thinking about this. This was just an exemplar, guys. This is not what's coming out end of the year and next year, hey? It's too much for 1 mark, eh? 1 mark is 1 line, 1 sentence. Okay. Remember, when in cases like this, the memo will have mark the first one only. So you have to really think about your answer carefully. Yes, Mashani. What's the answer?
I don't know if I use the right words, but I say eutrophication contaminates the same water that is needed to water the crops that is meant to feed the country.
Yeah, but we don't use that river polluted water to water the crops. We use rainwater, we use irrigation. Right?
I wanted to ask a question.
No, man, I'm asking the question here.
Just for clarity, man.
Yes.
People think food security into what marine life, like when it comes to dam fishing. Like some people, sustainable fishers.
Yeah, but now this is only for the households. And they're talking about crops. Now you're going to add fertilizer to crops. Who's paying for that fertilizer? The farmer. How is he going to make you pay for it? He wants to get his money back, so he's going to tell you the crop's going to cost more. So fertilizers are expensive. Consumers will pay more to cover the cost for the fertilizer. I don't want you to read so way out like sustainable. It has nothing to do with the fishing. Yeah. Yeah, also it's not the right answer. Yes. Right. Yeah, no. They're asking you the question, Tiffany, how does fertilizer decrease food security? Just answer the question. Why are you bringing in organic fertilizer now? Do you understand what I'm saying? You guys, already, you need to start practicing exam papers because you are not answering the question at hand. You are bringing in too many things. Answer the question that's in front of you. If they ask you how fertilizer affects food security, just answer that. And then relate it to this passage in the homes. Right? And we need to practice more and more papers. Right? You need to. Because it's going to be a big shock in grade 12 and we don't know how to answer papers. How the use of pesticides by farmers can increase food security for a country. When we grow the same crop over and over like maize, it's very easy for a pest to attack the maize and eat the entire crop. So the farmers use pesticides to kill the pest, locusts or anything. So I'm just giving you the answer. We spray pesticides on the pests, more food, increased food security. Then pesticides are who's going to pay for it? You, indirectly through the cost of the crop. So it's a pattern. Can you see, Chris? It's a pattern. So you have to practice exam papers. There's no way you can get to this section in matric without practicing papers. State 2 factors other than the use of fertilizers and pesticides which may lead to a decrease in the percentage of food secure households in South Africa since 2008. So they're asking you, why is it that there are so many households that do not have access to food? Can you give us some answers? And I want some good logical answers, no speculation here. Unemployment, yes. Inflation. Well, that I will say unemployment, inflation. Okay? Again, you can argue with to the matric exam who you're going to meet then. I would go with more unemployment is one. I would go with overpopulation. Yeah, let's go with definite answers. Unemployment and inflation is the same thing. If you're unemployed, how is inflation going to affect you? Am I right? But I wouldn't give you a mark for it. Yeah, again, like I said, you're going to argue with the matric marker. All the best. Yes. Yes. Oh, we don't have. It says South Africa, does it not? Read the question for me. Yes, droughts and floods. I would have said droughts and floods, yes. Droughts and floods. Don't tell me the hurricane is going to come and blow your crops away, and that's why people won't have food. Climate change, yes. Climate change, you can have climate change. In South Africa, could occur. And your marks could increase if you carry on doing that. Yes, Mashiani. Isn't that won't poverty / unemployment? Yeah. Listen. The big shock is going to be, look, in grade 11 you get to still see your paper. You still get to argue with the teacher who puts up with your arguments. Next year, this time, who are you going to argue with? Really? Who? Who are you going to... Who he said he's going to argue with? What he said? Yes, but they take the best of the best, who are so strict. And the last time I marked in 2015, out of 3,000, only 1 mark changed. So it's fine, you can pay us. You can pay us. I'm serious. So, like I said, you can come here and you get cross with me that that's not the right answer. You need to prepare to get your mark the first time. And that's why you need to go and practice past exam papers. I put that guy's name on the group. He does bind grade 11 papers as well. Okay. And he sells, I have a big green book with papers from 2008. All the prelims, all the provinces. On the group, I put, there's a green note. All right. Come on, you did put it on, am I right? Yeah, they just don't check the group out. Shame. She'll delete herself from the group. Okay, you didn't want to charge your phones. Can I tell you what the Americans came up with? They have... Yes! Hosi, I have to! Because now you have to go buy these jeans from America. It's a skinny jeans. Amazing. That you put your phone in the back pocket and every time you walk, it charges your phone. With energy. So next time you're in America, you know what you need to do? Buy those skinny jeans. Okay. What did we discover? What did we discover? What did we do? Yeah, you South Africans. A lot of things that we can't think of now. Yes, like? The light bulb. Right, so Please, practice this. This was the first paper, right, and it was an exemplar paper. But I've seen this question on food security a lot because South Africa, we have about half of our population does not have access to food. And it's something we need to improve. Right. So, another question, come. Water crisis in South Africa. 65. I'm sure you're not shocked to see water crisis in South Africa. Oh my goodness, yes. You see, in your exam paper, people are just going to put things that are relevant to you. Right, so who has the biggest mouth in the class? Oh, yes, we know. Why is he turning around? Please stand up and read for us loudly. Articulate your voice. Thank you.
Water crisis in South Africa. The impact of water scarcity will be one of South Africa's biggest problems soon. Recently, a province had to switch off water supply because the dams were surplus and red. It is stated that people are using more water than what's available. The demand is more than the supply. About 37% of clean drinkable water is being lost through poor infrastructure, leaking pipes, dripping taps, and wastage. About 60% is used for irrigation. Industries and mines also contribute to the water crisis by polluting our water bodies. They generate harmful waste which is sometimes dumped into water bodies, creating acid mine drainage. The impact of climate change also adds to the water crisis. There is a suggestion that South Africa needs to work with neighbouring countries to come up with solutions. An example is to grow the agricultural products in neighbouring countries with a higher rainfall, and then South Africa imports these products.
Can you see it's March 2016? Refer to the extract. Now, the other advice I need to give you, especially with human impact, if these questions come out in a case study, please, most of the time, answer from the case study. Do not put in your own answer because the memo does not have that. Right? Refer to the extract and state 2 causes of the water crisis facing South Africa. What are the 2 causes? Causes of water crisis. The memo only had 3 words. Can I give you the 3 words? Climate change, wastage, and pollution. And if your answers are not in line with that, what must you do? You need to go home today, have a break, and tomorrow start downloading all the matric exam papers, paper 1, and start doing the human impact. So instead of saying poor infrastructure, that is basically wasting water. Go with the ones you know. Pollution and climate change. And it's there, it's in the passage there. State how importing agricultural products from neighboring countries will reduce South Africa's water crisis. How many marks is that? So you have to take all the information that you have in your head and put it in one sentence. And since Chris has so much to say, Chris.
Okay. Young people of South Africa won't have to use clean drinking water to aggregate their crops, therefore reducing the amount of
Wow. I don't water the crops, the potatoes and the millies, I just eat it. It decreases the need for water for irrigation, so we save water. Simple, simple. What is the number one factor that uses up all our water in our country? Irrigation. Yes, it is irrigation. Second is household. Irrigation. So less water used for irrigation, then less. We save our water. That's how we conserve water. It's a good idea. Ooh, I'd love to hear what you're going to say here. Explain how switching off the water supply would affect the industries that depend on the water. How many marks? So you have to have two important points here. So of course industries will have less production and less profit. So it leads to a decrease in production and decrease in profit. The South African government could possibly solve the water crisis by increasing the cost of water. Suggest two ways in which this solution could help reduce the water crisis. We spoke about the one already, indirectly. Yes, so what will your answer be? Only 2 marks or only 2 points? So if the water is very expensive, not you, but your parents will tell you, don't waste water, don't take so long in the shower. Your parents will nag you. But one day when you start earning, you will feel the effect on your pocket. So if it's more expensive, people will waste less. We'll save more. Then we'll go put those big drums outside. And when it's raining, we collect the rainwater. Yes. And we'll have money to fix all the taps, the damaged infrastructure.
Thank you for watching this video on the exam questions. Join me and watch all my other videos as well.